Everybody's got an opinion.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
We live in a world of opinionaires.
If that means you're a hack, be proud of it.
You know, that's what I call them, opinionaires.
You're the king of forest. What?
You fucking train hunter? Brothers to the bone, right, McMasters?
Period. Hacks.
Like, Frank the Tank really resonates. Like, a good trip to me is, let's go to Costco.
Yeah.
Let's go to Home Depot.
Well, you're a dad.
I don't know if that. I think I did. I think without kids at my age, I would like that too.
No, I mean,
I'm gonna go to
Lowe's.
I'm gonna go to Lowe's.
I need to go to those places, but
I'll go to Lowe's and look at shovels.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I'm with you. If you want to do stuff, but I also don't want to do
like, what
stuff.
do different shovels do? There's the little shovel, there's the square shovel, there's the rounded shovel, there's a shovel that's rounded with like a spike.
No, I
would figure out all these things, but kids get in the way.
That's what YouTube's for.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be hands on.
Yeah, it's you watch the lads do it.
Right, but I want to do it myself.
Yeah.
Which also, Gary Severson, he does, like, basketball. He's like a Jimmy for basketball. He's like in a league with like a bunch of Asians, and he dominates. He's like the Great White Hope. He just dominates.
Yeah, we're all used to do that. People do that.
Right, but it kind of seems like stereotypical of certain age. Like, once you hit an age, like, the hat turns backwards. You start wearing non-fitted hats. And all of a sudden, it turns into from new era. It goes from new era to what the hat that's like a pull string in the back, and it's like a little. It just fits your head, and then it goes to like the Bagger Vance. You know, it's just like it's the
small fedora, like the small fedora.
Yeah. So I don't know what my progression is gonna be.
I think I've been thinking about hats. I want like. Not a wide Earp hat, but that kind of a hat. Because I can't do a proper cowboy hat, but like for fishing. So I got to find the right one because it has to be like not hipster, but also functional for outdoor stuff, but not so over the top where you're like, what an idiot, he's wearing a weird hat.
You don't want like a Cam Newton, which you guess you don't know sports, but he always has like.
Well, I know that. I mean, he's my, that's like the people I know. Yeah, like his hats, but not weird. He's a weirdo. Like, yeah, the kind of that flat brim hat that he'll wear on occasion, but like a functional hat that you can like so not quite Indiana Jones, but like the same, like you can do Indiana Jones activities.
I don't know. I mean, I can kind of see you in an Indiana Jones hat.
Yeah, but that's just a fedora. Like I don't. It's like
no,
I don't
it's
not
not,
like
because that's like one of like the a fedora like you wrung out, and it's like you're in Australian outback.
Yeah, I don't want a miner's hat. I don't want like a dirty old crackhead miner's hat. I want like a flat brim, like maybe like an olive green hat, dark olive green, but like flat, where you look at it and you're like, oh, it's like that's not a cowboy, but also not like an LA douchebag. Like there's got to be a hat
like you're going
that
to the races, like you're going to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, but not fancy. Like that's like a fancy hat. I want a hat you can like put like fishing hooks in, but not look stupid. And you're like, oh, for like you just like
I don't know if there's a casual fedora hat that you can.
It's got to come back because it's like if all these fashions and things like like baggy pants are coming back, then why can't like more cool men's fashion come back? Like hats should come back.
Because who's the you might not or you might know this off the top of your head because that's what you do. Who's the transportation secretary?
Sean Duffy.
Yeah, he was talking about because it's like the Thanksgiving's the most travel time of the year or whatever, and then he said something along the lines of when you travel maybe you should dress a little better so it might temper your like people's behavior, so maybe dress up and not go to the airport in pajamas.
I saw that.
And I was like, but then it made me think, I was like, yeah, kind of. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was the guy that went to high school in pajamas. But now I'm getting older, and I'm like, I see like the old like Frank Sinatra's and the Dean Martins. I'm like, it would be kind of cool if you went to the airport.
Like I don't go to Vegas often, but like I feel like if I went to Vegas, like like I don't know if that I had an idea. It has to exist. If not, this will be in the zeitgeist. Is like like they need a dress code in casinos. You get a small boutique casino that's smaller, like not on the strip, and it's like if you're gonna go in, you're a dude, you gotta wear like a suit and tie. not super fancy, but like a suit and tie. And then if you're a lady, you gotta dress nice. And it's like then what keeps it like exclusive is like not everyone's gonna want to do that. There's like fat schlubs that want to go to Vegas and like eat pork rinds and stuff. Then they can go to those hotels. But then if you want to go to like, oh, I want to sit and play blackjack and like get like $30 scotch and chill. Like I would do that because I don't go to Vegas often and I don't want to do with miscreants. And I know I'm gonna lose money, but I'd rather lose money with like people being chill. And like to your point, like why wouldn't you see a bunch of Donnybrook fights at a place like that? Because you're all dressed up. You don't want to be all, ghetto. Like I don't know, something like that.
No, I'm with you. I don't want. I don't know if I was with you a year ago. Mm-hmm. But look,
I don't want to. I'm not a dress up person
now.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I'm not a dress up person though. Like I can see dressing up sometimes.
I think I want to be, but I'm too lazy.
Yeah, I think people should dress like so. Like even when I teach, it's like I dress nicer than I want to, but I don't dress nice. I just wear like a polo shirt and like kind of like khaki pants, which is different than what I like basketball shorts and whatever. So it's like that, but I make it a point. I could dress nice. At some point, I'm going to. But then the thing too is like because I'm getting fat. Like if you buy nice clothes and you're fat, you grow out of them quickly. But when you have like a polo shirt, you can kind of like hide your gut more because it's like a bigger shirt.
Well, polo's still nice, or like
it's nice, but it's like it's casual clothing, right? My point being is like you can buy a wide polo shirt, but if you want to look nice in like dress clothes, you need to buy them more fitted, or and it's like if I get fat, which I'm gonna get, then I won't be able to wear my stuff in like a year, and I have a brokey mindset, so my mind's like, oh yeah, like I still have black shoes from 10 years ago. Those are my black fancy shoes. It's not because I don't want new shoes. I don't want to waste the money. It's something I'm not going to use. I
know that's odd too, that I just keep collecting shoes and I'm like, I could just buy a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, you can just buy new shoes.
And then but I don't. It's very hard to throw. Like I have hats that I don't wear and they're dirty and I'm like, I can't wear that.
Yeah. All these are good.
But I refuse to like just throw them in the trash.
Dude, they're
just sitting in the closet.
My PF Flyers that are about to die and my Chucks are older than my students. They're like 21 years old, 22 years old. Yeah, and I bought new shoes, right? But it's like I've been able to hold on to those ones for like 20 years. And now it's like I don't want them to die.
There's no reason to.
What, have them 20 years?
Yeah, like have shoes for 20 years.
Well, they're 20 years old, dude. Like, and I don't.
Like, when was the last time you actually put them on?
I wear them all the time, but I don't wear them as much as that the reason why they've lasted so long is I don't wear them like all the time like a regular, but so I have like 2 new pairs of shoes, but it's like I still have those other ones in rotation, so it's like today I wore my PF Flyers, my pinky toes hanging out, my right foot, but I'm like, yeah, it's in there.
I have so many socks and 90% of them have holes, and Heather's just like, throw them away. I bought you some. And then I'm like, I know you bought me some, but they're still in the plastic. I'm like, those are for when I need socks.
Yeah, when you need them.
Like when you have to go somewhere and you have to take off your shoes. I'm like, that's when I need those socks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just have my socks.
Yeah.
I also learned that I need to get away. I need to get away from the, what's it called? The character, like the shtick socks. Like I have a bunch of socks with like characters on them. And I'm
yeah.
You're fucking 37. What are you doing? Don't get me wrong. I want to keep a here and there, a Snoopy here, Woodstock.
Yeah, that's what I wear. I have like Snoopy socks, dude. Just wear Snoopy socks.
But I can't like all of them. There's like taco socks, and then I have like Coors Light socks. And I have
like I suppose, but it's like
Astro socks.
But that's what I'm saying. Like even when you look at politicians, like where they shop at a haberdashery. They always have cool socks. That's like the sign of like a gentleman. You have
to,
so
cool socks are different. Yeah, I remember seeing
cool.
Certain people. Yeah, you lift up and like, oh, those are pretty sweet socks. But if I pull up socks and it's Budweiser, then I'm like,
Yeah,
like,
but that could be like what you're known for. You're like the.
Yeah, being like a dirtbag. I need to get away. I need to get away from being.
He said you're the gem of the IE. He called you something else. I was dying this morning.
Well, he kept trying to shoo it in. And for those, I know this is episode 2, and for those that don't know, you can Google me. But I've been in radio, and I'm in LA, and I have radio hosts that are been on air for 30 years. But yes, you missed. I don't know. Did you hear the beginning of the segment?
In the morning at 6 or whatever, 6:10, 6:05.
And so they're doing the thing about going to Bill's house for like a winners, and I'm like, I don't want to do that at all.
Right.
So Anne is the only one that I really talk to. And I'm like off the air. I'm like, there's zero chance I'm going to this thing. I don't know why he thinks like inviting. I'm not going, especially like a bunch of weird people are going to be there. I'm not going. And then, like, she's like, oh, I tried to get you coverage for I try to get you coverage for like they're going to go do like an
barbecue
event. No. So it's like a charity thing, but it's like for on air. And then they do it at the Anaheim White House. And it's like why am I blanking on like
the pasta-thon?
Right, but it's at a certain place, right? So you go there,
Yeah,
and everyone goes
White
there,
House.
and then Anne's like, I'm trying to find someone to cover your. I'm like, I don't want to go to that either. I don't want to hang out with anyone. That's why I got into radio, to not hang out with anyone, just sit in my room by myself. What are you talking about? No. So then they brought it on air, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're trying to get. I'm like, stop. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to your house. I don't want to meet your friends. I don't want to do anything with you guys. Plus, you're all 30 years older than me. Why would I want to hang out with you?
They're not that much older than you, but yeah.
Well, Anne's not, but everyone else. Neil's mid-50s. He's maybe early 50s.
So he's
15
years older than you. Yeah, 15. Yeah.
And Bill's like 73.
You're old now, buddy. Don't make it sound like 30 years older than you. You're old.
Right, but his dad always said, "Is it on the inside or the outside? How old are you? On the inside or the outside? Because on the inside, I'm still vibrant. I'm still 20." I'll probably put myself at 27.
You sound stupid.
No, I don't. But again, that whole segment this morning was like, it was like half. Let's get it. And I'm like, no, I don't think you guys understand. I don't want to go. I don't.
Yeah.
So then I was like, no one's gonna come cover this shift at 5 a.m, which is also true. There's like there's bare bones.
That's true. It's a tough shift.
I mean, but I like it. There's no one there, and then it keeps me from going to do things like that. Like gotta run the board. Which that used to suck at KCAL when they would go do their Vegas remotes, and then they're like, oh, you can't go because someone has to run the board. And I'm like,
right,
find someone. I want to go to Vegas. What are you talking about?
Right.
Didn't get to do that. But I digress. Anyways, he wasn't making fun of me. He was calling me. I am the gem of the Inland Empire.
No, but it was just funny. I can't. He said something else. It was like right after that. I was just.
Well, you should listen a lot more because me and Neil go back and forth quite a bit, especially when people actually think that we have beef, and then we play it up when we go on air.
Yeah,
it's just really good. Or like we'll talk shit off the air, and then he'll have like I do this probably too often, but. So he's supposed to have like live reads, and he's supposed to do them like before the spot break, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like editing, and then I kind of lose track. So I listen to like Will do the traffic, and then you go straight to spots. But I'm supposed to like go to Will and then punch up Neil so he can do his live read. But I'm like sometimes I'm just in auto mode, and I'm like editing, and I hear Will end, and I hit the spots, and I see Neil like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like this one commercial is 15 seconds, and I'm like talking in his ear. I'm like, chill out, your mic's going hot in 15 seconds, okay? You're gonna go. And then he'll be like, and then he'll stop, and then he'll be like, okay, your mic's hot, you're good to go. And then he like waits, and he's like, Kono, you really suck back there. And I'm like, do your spot.
Yeah, I don't get to hear that.
I'm just talking in his ear. I'm like, do your spot. Like, shut up, do your spot. Or when he goes long, because he likes to go long, he'll be like a minute. You're supposed to have a minute 60 or a 60-second spot.
Yeah. And
then he'll go like a minute 30. So then I started just beeping in his ear, but I don't have like a beep. So I just go like, I hear it in his ear. I'm like, boop. So he'll stop. Hey. And then if he keeps going longer, I'm like, stop talking. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. And then sometimes you can tell when I'm talking in his ear because he can't focus. It was really good. Like the other day, he kept talking. I would be in his ear like every 10 seconds. I was like, oh, is that right? That's how the company is? Oh, real cool. Real cool, man.
Yeah, I'll have to pay attention to that. Because I only really get to catch it like at 6 o'clock. Every so often. I mean, I'm in traffic till 7:30, but it's like, and then once you guys go through your first 15, then I just go to like the regular news, because I like Bill, but then like Bill always gives you his slant, so I listen to the exact same news, but it's just from like a different person.
Yeah, I get that. Which also, that's 90% of anything. That's what ESPN is. It's, which I didn't really understand until later. It's like, oh, it's the same news cycle, and then it's just like, whose personality do you want telling you it?
Yeah. Like, I listen to Mike Baker. He was on Joe Rogan all the time, but he just tells you like the foreign affairs stuff. Is like, it's always like Putin did this, but I'm like, I'd rather just hear it from him because then I don't get like speculation. He just kind of tells you whatever's in the news.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Also, because I have a long drive, so I've been getting into podcasts, but they seem to. So you got me into Matt and Shane, however many years ago. But
I guess I did.
Their world, they do call it the manosphere or like the Rogan sphere because they do it ironically because it's. There is no Rogan sphere. It's just, but there are people connected to Rogan. I get it. No, yeah, I understand. But then again, so then I'm like, Shane has his friends and Matt's brother. So then I listen to War Mode, who's Matt's brother's podcast. But then I listen to Are You Garbage, those are guys from Philly. And then I listen to, what's the other one? Stuff Island. Which is who is on Tires? The other guy that's on Tires. I'm blanking on his name right now, but it's his podcast, and they're all Philly guys. I'm learning that my comedy like personality, or maybe just our personality in general, is very Philadelphia. Because even
or at least those guys. It might be a generational thing because they're close to our. I mean, Shane's about your age, I think, right?
Well, like Big J Okerson, he's from Philly, and like gold. Everything he does is hilarious. Stuff Island is hilarious. He's from New York. What's his name? Chris DiStefano, who is History Hyenas is so funny. So funny.
I've never sat to listen to that. I've seen the clips. It's funny.
Absolute gold. Almost on every single one. And then I was like, I don't know why I ran out of podcasts or like someone didn't upload. And then I started listening to the Workaholics guys. And I tried to tell Finney, because I think Mike got me into one of them. Oh no, he got me into War Mode. And I tried to tell him, like, hey, you should listen to this. He's like, I can't. And the first one of Workaholics, I could not listen to it. It sounded like so like this, like us, like me and you right now.
Yeah.
But then I tapped into Workaholics. And I realized Workaholics is just those guys talking to each other. And when you listen to their podcast, it is so damn funny that their characters are exactly themselves, just like not Workaholics. And then they referenced it, like they had a best of going today, and they were talking like one part they were just talking about like cranking down. And I was like, they're just like jacking off at work. And then they're like, back then they lived what's his name, Adam and Blake lived in that house, the Workaholics house that's on the show. They were actually living in the house when the show was on. And I was like, that's hilarious. And then they were talking about when people say like stay weird, and then someone else would be like, oh yeah, that's from this guy's show, and they're like, stay weird's always been a thing. And they're like, no, I think that might have originated from Workaholics, that nobody knows what Workaholics is anymore, but it's like that's just where it came from. But it's, man, those guys are just having me laugh very, very hard today. Especially when they start talking about their segments and they still treat Blake like he's an idiot. Yeah, it's very funny. It's very good. Especially Blake is like a very Libby, and then Adam is not. He's like from Nebraska, and he like goes hunting. He's like lives in Orange County, and they're just but they're like all best friends. It's really good. It's really funny. Still, Mike can't get into it. Stuff. Well, I know. Even he said, Blake said he got mad because who was the second Spider-Man?
Andrew Garfield.
I think he said Andrew Garfield was like getting cast for Weird Al Yankovic movie for the biopic, and he was like, "What the fuck, man? I don't have this hair for nothing. This is my life's goal. This is my life's dream. I didn't even get a call." He's like, "I didn't even get a call to be." And he's like, "Can you really picture that fucking guy as Weird Al Yankovic?" No. No, that's a good point. Yeah, it was very good. Their podcast, I swear, if you tap in, if you don't listen to it like just a couple of guys, but you listen to it like it's workaholics, then you will laugh. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of things are like that. Like once they catch your fancy, and then like Matt and Shane's like that. Like Matt and Shane's it's like funnier now. Like when you listen to when he talked about it with Rogan, and he's like, I have a show with Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, and like, what's it about? It's just like, I talk to my friend. Like it's so stupid. And there are funny ones in there, like when he talks to that computer guy that killed himself. That is some of the funniest internet stuff ever. The McAfee guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. But that was before they had like their rhythm, and now that they have their rhythm, they have like their language and their stupid inside jokes. I think Matt is also
more comfortable.
Yeah,
like Matt
and
seems
also
more
I think like there's an element, like when I listen to my wrestling podcast, there's an element with Matt and Shane, and like obviously Shane's more successful, but like I like McCusker. I think McCusker's funny.
Yeah, and he's coming up fast. Well, mainly because of Shane.
Yeah, I think I told you before, I think McCusker is a better like even podcaster, and maybe he's not as good of a comedian, but he's funny. And then Shane's definitely more of like, but Shane's more of like the funny guy. And then like I think I was gonna say but now it's like a behind the scenes, like, because they're not always there together. And so when they have like stories to tell, like if Shane does like eat the ESPYs, right? It's like, then he has, this is all the stuff that happened at the ESPYs. So it's like, he was able to become successful. And now the podcast is cool because you get all the background of like what, like, so like when I guess McCusker just did like a special, he's like, you get all like the way they felt about it. And then like the awkward things that they're still normal people. So, like maybe when they get super famous, they'll stop being normal people, so like their stories won't resonate anymore. But right now, it's like Shane's like a normal person still. He's just famous, Yeah,
right. Well, Matt, I don't think will ever change. He's too out there. But do you know why it's called? Which I think I heard this not too long ago. Why it's called Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast?
No.
Okay. So when Shane got canceled, and which was very funny when like the Jimmy Kimmel got canceled, and then he was like, how long was he off the air for? Like a week? And he was like, he had to sit in his mansion for a week or whatever. He's like, where was my apology? I had to go back to my mattress in Queens, New York, in a 1-bedroom apartment living with 4 guys. He was like, that fucking sucked. But he was like, during that time when he was living in the apartment on a mattress with 4 other guys, he was like, we wanted to do a podcast, and it kind of came up with everybody, but Matt and Shane didn't want to do it with the 2 other guys. And I'm pretty sure one of the guys was Chris O'Connor. I think one of them was O'Connor. And they were like, we just didn't want to have to do it with 4 people. It would have been too much. Right. So they were like, when they would leave the apartment, we would jump on a mic and call it. And then they were like, that's how it became Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, because it was a secret from the other 2 roommates who wanted to be on a podcast with them. And I was like, that's really fucking funny. You have to hide yourself from your friends.
Oh, yeah, we can go do it now.
I was just dying. But yeah, those podcasts are so good. And you need to listen to History Hyenas, because I don't even know the other guy or if they're really cousins, but Stefano and the other guy, do you know? Oh, you don't listen to it.
I know the guy though, with glasses. I didn't think they were cousins, unless you're talking about someone else.
No, I mean I think they talk like that. You know how like Mexicans say like, that's my cousin?
Yeah, it might be a New York thing.
Giannis Papas?
Yeah, it's a Greek guy, because the Stefano's Italian and he's Greek.
Which I don't know if that story's true, but it's also funny that Chris Stefano slept in his mom's bed until he was like 16. Where his dad, because his mom and dad split, and then his dad was finally like, dude, that's weird. Like you gotta not sleep in your mom's bed anymore. Like you're 16 years old. You're a junior in high school.
He's funny because he's weird, but he's like, it seems like he's sincere about it. So it's like, it's funny. You know what I mean? Like
They're good.
he's just like an unusual person.
Yeah, they're funny as shit. So, but again, I kind of lean towards, which I didn't know. I'm like, oh, everyone from Philly is very, like where, however we grew up, that's very the same.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think because I'm always in LA, but you're in LA too. I think there's something about out here. It's like I just always think when Jimmy met Russ, it's like it's still California. It's just more blue collar ish. Like it's very much like, you know, you don't talk yourself up. You bad things always happen.
Yeah,
like
sooner or later, something's gonna happen.
yeah. It's like appreciate the good times, but they ain't gonna last. So
Yeah.
there's a fatalism, I think, and I was thinking about that today. Actually, I was like what other part of the country's like that? I was like, oh, I was thinking Pittsburgh, but then I'm like, I think Pittsburgh's too much in the sticks. So then I'm like, it must be Pittsburgh and Philly, you know, like it's a big city, but it's like it's not New York, it's not Boston, right? Like they have a chip on their shoulder.
But I guess New York could be like that because they have like you know, where like the Lucy House is, like upstate New York, and then they have like New York where the Big Apple is, and it's like those
maybe
are two
other parts
different...
of New York, but not New York. New York proper is like LA. It's like we're the best, you know, like everyone wants to be here, and I think when you're from the other places, you're like I don't want to be there, and you're like, but how could you not want to be here? And you're like, this fucking suck. That's why.
Yeah,
So,
New York people irritate me.
But LA's the same. I mean, we basically work in the same part of LA. It's like
LA people irritate me.
I don't like anything about it. There's nothing about LA
dude.
like.
Which is also why I know you always think like it's stupid, but that's why I do appreciate coming from San Bernardino and the cities that we came from, because it's not that. We're not LA. And people here do take pride, and they're like, oh, it's dumb to take pride in the Inland Empire. The only big part of being from the Inland Empire that's prideful is like we are the complete opposite of what people think LA is, like Laguna Beach.
We're not rough and tumble people, but we knew rough and tumble people or something, and it's like it's only gotten worse. And you know, I'm in Ontario now, and it's like, and there's bad parts of LA or rough and tumble parts of LA, but like it's so intersparse. Like where you know Burbank and Glendale are nice. There's you know the west end of LA is like nice, and so it's like even if people aren't from those places that like from LA, they take pride in it. They're like, oh, like we have this and that. Like there's all these little like, you know, like they call it East LA, but it's not. Like, and I don't even know the names of these places, like the Silver Lake and these Echo Park, or MacArthur Park, and it's always like white hipster people that are living like in New York, they're living beyond their means, but they're complaining. And then like again, like with the Inland Empire, it's like more working class. Like when you talk to those people, and they're like regular people, they're actually what I would consider to be rich. And you're like, what do I mean? You go, well, like what's the standard of living? It's like, well, I get Uber Eats every other night, and I could walk to the store, but I drive, and all these different things. And then you're like, well, how much? You know, what's your bills like? You know, like food, right? And you're like, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and it's like, you know, and I probably waste too much money on that stuff too. But it's like, you know, cook your own food. Don't like if you're gonna make a decision to do that, don't Uber everywhere. Like I almost never Uber, and I think LA people Uber all the time. You know.
Well,
things
also
like that.
in LA, you know, an LA trip usually is like 10 minutes away.
Well, yeah, I don't want to drive either, and I've Ubered before, but I like.
Or for me,
you don't
from me
Uber
to
here.
you is to me not a far distance, but it's still like 25 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm not Ubering
but I've also
25
never.
minutes.
I wouldn't Uber to your house.
Well, because
Like in
25
LA,
minutes.
huh?
If you lived 2 blocks over, I'd Uber to your house. I'd Uber to your house.
Yeah, but that adds up is my point. And so I think out there they consider that like the standard of living. But when you add all those little things up for like regular people, and then they have fancier like so again like I tell my students I go like I've never been to Trader Joe's. Like who the fuck goes to Trader Joe's? And then they're like everyone goes to Trader Joe's. It's
I go to
cheap.
Trader Joe's.
Well, you also live in a nicer area where doctors and stuff
Well,
live. You
false.
just happen to live in a nicer
Heather
area.
likes Trader Joe's. I had to go there today by myself on my way home, and I stopped in Upland. Bro, I had immediately FaceTime her because I got so much anxiety because I was like, these people are all weird. They're all looking at me.
Yeah, they're all weird, dude.
They'll
And they don't. And then like I was
sandals.
just watching a thing.
They'll have
on Trader
sandals
Joe's.
on and like pastel colored shirts.
They're all white people, dude. If you went to the one, I know it was the Uplands in Claremont.
The cashier tried to have a conversation with me, talking about
They all
he
wear,
got into
they
work
all wear
early, and I was like,
Patagonia and North
shut up.
Face stuff. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's like a uniform.
Don't get me wrong. I do want to wear a lot more Patagonia.
I don't, but
I can't go to those stores with Heather because she cannot stand my commentary on other people. And because I'm loud too. Like today, I was like I was going through, I looked for this bread. She'd been making these sandwiches and she was like, go get the bread, I'll make you a sandwich. And I was like, deal. Yeah. Had a FaceTimer where I don't know how to navigate this fucking store. So I'm on this thing and she's like, go left. I just go, okay, cool. And so I go into the bread, found the bread, looked at this bread. This shit said Indian style bread. And my first thought, which I said, and then she tried to shush me, but I'm like, no one's paying attention to me. But then again, this is probably how loud I was talking, which is kind of loud. But in my head, I was like, the other day, right. Probably, but I'm not trying to be. The other day, Hannah was like, hey, Dad, we did crisscross applesauce, and I was like, what the fuck is crisscross applesauce? And Heather said, that's what they now call Indian style when you sit with your legs crossed. And I was like, what is happening? So then I saw Indian style today, and I was like, this shouldn't be called Indian style bread. This should be called crisscross applesauce bread. And she was like, lower your voice. People are gonna hear you. And I said, but isn't that how is this still called Indian bread? That was funny. A real story.
That's a good story.
It sucked. And then I had to...
Next time I meet an Indian person, I'm going to call him
excuse me, Mr. Crisscross Applesauce. Or like Ann at work, we were talking about that, well, like I always tell her random facts that pop up on my stuff, but that city in Alaska, Uzbekistan, whatever it is, just went dark, right? For the 28 days, they're going to have the sun come back up. So we're just talking about it. And she was like, who like lives there? Is it a bunch of Eskimos? And I was like, whoa. What did you call them? I was like, they're canceled. You can't say that word. It's canceled. And she was like, don't be an idiot. And I was like, I'm serious. It's very insensitive. And then she thought I was bullshitting. And then I Googled it. AI, boom, hit it with the, oh yeah, some people call it now it's, and then they call Inuit, but that's for like the Scandinavian. And it's like Intuinuit for the Alaskan or whatever. And then she was like, no one fucking calls them that. And I was like, well, you can't call them Eskimo, and don't do it because it's insensitive. Okay, don't call them the E word. It's just as bad as another letter in the English language. You know what I'm talking about. Don't call me the E word because it's hurtful. I don't even know why it's bad. Everybody loves Eskimo pies. I think it's Eskimo like kisses.
Indian, like it's not their. It's like what white people call them. I don't think it's like not what they call themselves. That's why.
But what does it mean? What? Okay, then where did it come from?
I don't know. There's a thing I've seen where this guy was explaining like with a lot of the native peoples when Europeans met them, like which you'd have to go back to who the first people, but like when they would ask the people, we want to go to that river, or we want to go over there. Like, are there any people over there? And a lot of times they would say, oh yeah. But so like all the names that the Europeans learned for the neighboring tribe was always a bad name. Was their
enemy tribe. Yeah, was the tribe that didn't like them.
So like the tribe's name would be like whatever it was, but then like so it's like in the, Hell or High Water, it's like, you know what Comanche means? He's like, no, it's like enemy or whatever, enemies or something like that, right? Because when they would go to like the Navajo or whatever, like, who lives over there? And they're like, oh yeah, it's a Comanche, right? So it's like... Right, it's like our enemies. Right? Because even the funniest one is
We're just trying to learn. The people that came over here were just trying to learn the land, and then they got
and
they
got
like, psyoped. So like, they got psyoped.
Yeah, it's a psyop.
And now,
it was a psyop.
200 years later, we're paying for it. They didn't know they were getting psyoped. They were asking honest questions. They said, "Hey, who are those nice people right over there on the other side of the hill? We just don't want to trample on their land." And then there's all of a sudden calling them bad names.
Well, however it worked. That's interesting. I think if that's true,
like,
that's the kind of history they should teach.
Hey Dan, who's that next door neighbor? I want to go tell them that they have a nice car. Oh, his name's fucking asshole. And you go there like
fucking asshole over there.
Hey, excuse me, fucking asshole.
Hey, literally.
What did you call me? You're right.
That's
big
literally.
Psyop, and now we're all paying. Man, sucks.
That's fucking hilarious though.
it's mean.
Yeah, and then so
and now they have their own res. Now they all have the resis. They all have their own resis. I ain't got a resi.
I guess they're renaming themselves now, whatever their true names are. They're rebranding.
Yeah, good for them. Good.
So.
All right. Well, I think that's it for today. That was a good off of nothing.
Well,
life hack.
You practiced your Zoom. You practiced
Life
your
hacks.
OBS.
Follow us and subscribe to us, and keep on keeping on, and we'll be back.